Salute, my friends. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. It is Litecoin Lawton, December 22nd. Santa Claus is right around the corner. Have you been nice? Have you been naughty? Time will tell. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Again, salute. I'd like to start the night with a quote from the Big Book of Crypto. Money isn't paper. It is not metal. It is not a government decree. Ultimately, money is a language and technology for expressing both value, objectively and subjectively. It's fundamental in the construction of social structures. Someday, as I suggest, we might not need it. Okay, we might not need money, but it is unlikely to be the case anytime soon. In a world of individual and tribal differences, money, if it is honest, it is the great mediator. Okay, and he goes on to say, paradoxically, history reveals that abundance of money creates scarcity and poverty in the economy, whereas scarcity of money creates abundance. Money that is honest creates honest societies. I really like this book, you guys. I would definitely recommend this thing. He really gets into the internet. I love the internet because I believe like Bitcoin is this own element. It's kind of the first digital element, right? So every time before, since the dawn of computers, we've been able to take a file and then copy that file and then copy a million, bazillion times, quadrillion times, and you can make a quadrillion copies if you really desired to do so, right? So the first time in human history, Bitcoin comes along and is digital scarcity, right? So like now we have the coming together, the combination of lots of different technologies into an epitome of communication and language between all societies and all manners of people. Like there has been $2 billion of Bitcoin transferred just recently for less than $1 transaction costs, right? And Visa and the banks and everything that's centralized is basically they've always been trying to control the people ever since the dawn of time. And so how much does the internet weigh, right? How much does the internet weigh? Well, we know how many electrons it takes to form a single byte, and we know the mass of an electron. So with a little bit of math, you can figure out that the entire internet, everything on it collectively weighs 0.2 millionths of an ounce, the amount of mass of the smallest possible grain of sand. So everything on the internet, every byte that's on the internet weighs less than a grain of sand. And I just kind of wanted to give you guys like that we're sitting on the precipice, and it's such an amazing time to be alive because we are sitting on the precipice of a new era of communication between the world. And I believe that, it's funny because the rise of corporations creates this centralization and I am a capitalist, so I do love capitalism, but the rise of corporations has made things more centralized. And the big corporations start buying the little corporations, and it starts centralizing, and they gain the market share, right? So as much as I like capitalism, the rise of corporations creates things that are more centralized. And Bitcoin breaks apart that centralization and starts to feed that. So I did want to go back, dude, because this is the S&P 500, since 2000, and I wanted to show you guys what a yield curve inversion means. So this is what we've got going on right now. So you guys see this thing. Okay, this is probably right here. This is what I want to show you. So This means, right? So this means that the yield curve, okay, right now, as this is the 3-month bonds are actually yielding higher than the 30-year treasuries, okay, the 30-year bonds. All right. So what is that? Is that crazy talk? Like, okay, so this is what happens. Let's go back in history a little bit. This is a yield curve inversion of 2007, right before the 2008 market crisis, right? So it goes like this. This is an inversion, right? So, you know, 3-5 March 5th, it inverts like this. And then we have this like capitulation event, right? And this is this inversion, okay? This inversion that we got going on now. Let's go to this one, 2000, um, right there. Okay, so right there we have an inversion, and right before the dot-com bubble, or the 2008 or 2000, I think that's the no, it wasn't the dot-com bubble, it was the this was like Y2K, right? So we have this inversion, we have Y2K, then we have the housing crisis, and now we're sitting like at the highest levels, you guys. This is like no joke, this is super bad. So this is the biggest inversion right here that we've ever seen. 100% of the time we get a crazy capitulation dump here. 100% of the time. So you need to be in cash right now. This is not financial advice on this channel, you guys. I'm not. I would have a little bit. I have some decentralized things that the government can't print. I love our government. I love the U.S. government. I love the U.S. Do I do I do I agree with everything that it does? No. There's so many entities now that I can't. It's hard to it's hard to assign jurisdiction. I would think it would be very hard to assign jurisdiction between different organizations right now. I feel like Space Force has entity over everybody, right? Because they're just like controlling the space and can drop whatever they want, right? So anyways, Space Force coast to coast, Space Coast coast to coast. Let's go into Litecoin, you guys. I'm sorry for the rant, you guys. I just wanted to give you guys, I'm sure you've seen it out there, but if you haven't seen yield curve inversion and what that means, I want to show you, like, it's just kind of those simple chart things that we're always looking at. Things are not looking super great for Litecoin right now. Honestly, you guys, we're getting some pretty heavy bearish divergence on the market cipher. We're also in this kind of like rising wedge. Bitcoin, or I was actually what was I looking at? Silver. I was looking at silver, you guys, because I was silver right now, you guys. This thing is this perfect rising wedge. And we're getting massive bearish divergence right now. So this one I'm actually super excited about. If silver comes back down, and touches the bottom of this triangle, like around, like, I would say like $16, it probably will be, let's go on the weekly here. I mean, if it comes down here, you guys, on this macro level again, it might come back and touch like $10. I don't think you'll be able to get silver for more than, less than like $50, but it might come down to like $9. If you can get silver on this dip, you guys, please be a buyer here. The DXY, we always look at the DXY, you guys. This is the dollar, its strength compared to all these other currencies in the world, right? So yen's been pumping. On the weekly, we're getting pretty heavy bearish divergence. And then on the daily right now, on the daily, we're getting really heavy bullish divergence. So that's what I wanted to warn everybody of right now. This real big bullish divergence. I think, the dollar right now is probably going to is due for a little bit of a rally, and that would put pressure on everything else. All equities, all commodities is if the dollar pumps here. So beware of that. I wanted to tell you guys, let you know a little bit about what I think is going on. I'm sorry it's been so long. It's been a couple days. I really appreciate my new subscribers. Please like, subscribe, share. Trying to get the news out about cryptos, you guys. If you like this, I do this for you. And so I no one, nobody, that's what's beautiful about decentralization, is that no one pays me to talk about Litecoin. I just love Litecoin. It's decentralized. I choose to talk about it because I believe in free society, and I believe that the path forward, we are living in the middle of this amazing shift of financial freedom. ETH is looking a little scary right now. ETH is the scariest one, I think, right now. If you want to really look at it, it has this we're getting this small little bullish divergence, but it's not very much, and then this pretty massive bearish divergence on the weekly, and also the this formation that it's in is how it has another touch point at like $300. So if this thing doesn't break out right here soon, then $300 is possibly in the cards. And I will be scooping up some ETH, you guys, on this. If this actually dips like this, it goes under $1,000 again. ETH is going to be one of these things that all of humanity is going to be built upon. We can already, the more dApps, all it takes is one dApp, one basically token or a utility for somebody to develop on ETH to make ETH worthwhile, right? And there's already been several in my mind. I know that it's proof of stake, so it's really weird to talk about ETH. I think it might be that there has always been a possibility in my mind for ETH to be a black swan. But I think the developers and Vitalik did this thing right. No news about the frailty of the system. It has been more centralized, and so as ETH grows, hopefully the centralization will spread itself out and become a little bit more decentralized, right? So, anyways, you guys, I want to cut this thing short. Litecoin, temporarily we might come down back to this, 54 region. I doubt that we're going to go much lower than that. That's I'll be scooping some more Litecoin up at about 54. There is always this possibility of this double bottom at 20. But honestly, I will be start scooping at $50 cost average down to 20, and then hope for a recovery here. And I do still think we're going to be breaking all-time highs by early 2026, early 2026, 2025, late 2025. So I would not surprise me, you guys. Hang in there. We're at the cusp of this beautiful age of society. And the old system is in its death throes, and there's nothing really much that they can do about it. They can fight, and it's going to be like this slow progression, towards decentralization, because it's basically going to gobble up all of all of the banking cabal at this point in time, you guys. So be on the right side of this, and if you're a bank, then start buying Bitcoin. I think they just gave you guys permission, so do it and be safe. I love you guys. Cheers. Salute. Sorry for the rant tonight. I hope you guys are doing great. Merry Christmas. All right, bye.